Monday morning, another historic one on KCMO 95.7 FM. Welcome in, and it is that time of the week. Let's roll.
It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly on KCMO Talk Radio. Now on 95.7 FM.
Well, the good from the weekend. I wanted to share this personal message with you from a friend of the show, Bill O'Reilly, who I had the opportunity to spend some time with over the weekend as we got out of town for a little family trip. And Bill, as we've done the last few summers, was kind enough to invite me over to his home, talk a little shop, talk a little radio, and yes, talk about KCMO and Kansas City. And, you know, we took a photo, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, it's up on the Facebook page. It's up on my Instagram stories. You can see it there, at Pete Mundo. Took a little selfie. Bill's in a Chicago Cubs shirt, which, by the way, as he told me, is just because his friend is the bench coach. He's not a Chicago Cubs fan, don't worry. He wanted to make that clear. But he loves coming on the show. He loves sharing the insights with the KCMO audience. He appreciates coming on for his morning updates that air at 7:15 here on KCMO. So he was just, it was great. You get a chance to talk to a guy like that during a historic time that we are living through. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, he did share that he believes Team Trump is too confident. They're overconfident right now. Now, we got together on Saturday, which was before Joe Biden had dropped out of his bid to get reelected. So this was Saturday we met. Maybe things have come down to earth a little bit. But either way, his big concern right now on behalf of Team Trump is that there was too much confidence in the wake of the shooting, in the wake of a very good RNC. And he did agree with me that Trump's speech was good, but it could have been much more effective if it was like an hour shorter. That thing, and I know I wasn't on the air Friday, and thank you to Kevin Keatsman, who did an outstanding job on Friday. I caught some of him before I had to hit the road with the family. He did a great job, and Kevin will be back soon, by the way, I will add. But, that thing was just way too long on Thursday night. After he was done talking about nearly getting killed, there was nothing there. I didn't make it to the end of the speech. And if I'm not making it to the end of the speech, there's not a chance the swing voters making it to the end of the speech. So we agreed on that front, but it was great to see Bill, and he did want to make sure he said hello to this audience since he is a regular guest on the program. Now, the bad from the weekend. Well, the bad, there's a lot of options, by the way. But the bad is the media reaction to Joe Biden's announcement yesterday he's not running for re-election. The media spent the last month actually, doing its job, in part because they got caught with their pants down. They told us for weeks, if not months, that everything was fine. Joe Biden was in good health. If you questioned Joe Biden's health, you were involved in cheap fakes and deep fakes. They got caught red-handed. So for a month, they tried to be like, Joe's done. Joe can't be the guy. They actually did capital J journalism. But now what you're going to get is the same old, as it's always been, song and dance, where the media and the Democrats work together to embrace Joe Biden's departure, talk about how incredible of a job he did, how great of a man he is, and how Kamala is an outstanding candidate. And let's roll Van Jones from yesterday afternoon on CNN.
Politics is politics, but this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this, this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first and put the party first and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party. Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes when we finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. You did the right thing for this country. You did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday, and I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done, and a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible.
That was Van Jones on CNN.
Tissues
they better
sold
not
separately, right?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, if they give Joe a 10-minute standing ovation, that could be problematic. He may not be able to stand for that length of time by the time we get to next month. So that could be problematic. But my goodness, Van Jones, one of the great humans in America. You don't say that really about any politician. I don't pretend like Republicans are the greatest humans in America. I may obviously agree with their policies, but are you kidding me? One of the great humans in America? Even if you agree with Joe Biden's policies, how do you say that with a straight face? With all the stuff that's come out, with the kids, with the handling of the kids, first and foremost, 50 years of leveraging his position, his taxpayer-funded position, to gain power and, yes, gain wealth in the process. I mean, goodness gracious. And then the comparison to, I got to break out the new bullpen arm. The arm gets a little tired. Oh, man, John, that was just too good. That was just too good.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan finished the game, so. Right?
Yeah, he did.
The Gipper finished.
He did.
He got a complete game.
He got a complete, certainly for sure. He got a complete game, not so much for Joe. So you're going to hear much more of that today into the rest of the week here, and we'll bring you the laughs on KCMO 95.7 FM. That's the bad from the weekend. The ugly is this report from the Washington Post. You give them credit where it's due. The Washington Post this weekend noting that the Secret Service leadership denied repeated requests from Donald Trump's security detail for additional resources, specifically for more snipers. Agents, writes the Washington Post, charged with protecting the former president, requested more agents to screen attendees at sporting events and other large public gatherings that Donald Trump attended, as well as additional snipers and specialty teams at other outdoor events, said the people who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe sensitive security discussions. The requests, write the Washington Post, which have not been previously reported, were sometimes denied by senior officials at the agency. That is insane. And politically speaking, from an employment perspective, heads need to roll. It is completely unacceptable that it got to this point, and the fact that nobody has paid any type of price with their job or anything else is just stunning. And good reporting, I will add, by the Washington Post. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly from the weekend.